tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Hello there, I'm Dylan, aka the Wise Sith, and today we're going to be unboxing something a little bit different other than figures. This one we're going to be unboxing a vehicle, a well-known vehicle as well. A well-known vehicle is that, which would be Luke's Landspeeder from Power of the Force. This has been open. I didn't open it. I bought this at a flea market in the box for about $20. So I figured that was a fair deal. And yeah, you can see the tape has been broken. I did look in here to make sure everything's in here. I didn't pull everything out. I just made sure. And it looks like everything's in here. We'll see if I'm correct. Here's the front of the box if you're curious on that. Okay. You got Landspeeder here. You got the Power of the Force logo and symbol of Vader's helmet. You got Luke and Obi-Wan and the Landspeeder. But they do not come with this. So figures are sold separately. And if you want to look at the bottom, here's the bottom. Same kind of image, but different layout. The top, same thing. Contents, one vehicle. Figure sold separately. You want to look at the side. That's the side, the same kind of image, just been repeated. Same with that side, same image, but just been shortened. Here's the back of it. If you're curious on how much these there are going for right now, you can scan that code on eBay just to see how much they're going for. So far, they've been pretty cheap for this particular model. I think the older one is going for a little bit more, which is, I have one right here. It's like the original Luke Landspeeder. I got Obi-Wan in there, just for the lulz. He's just sitting in there chilling. So, if I can get that cat back on there. Yeah, forget it. Yeah, here's the back of the box. You can get a TIE Fighter as another vehicle. You get the X-Wing fighter. You can get the Millennium Falcon. This is basically the same principle as what I just showed you, that Landspeeder, where this push this button, this pops up so you can see underneath. You got the same kind of shifting knob to lower the wheels, or considered hovering effect. Except this one, it's got like some kind of damage here. My other one doesn't have that much detail like that. Here you can fit two figures in here. Basically, that's about it on the box. Without further ado, let's unbox this and see if everything's in here. Which I believe it is. So, it does come with this little, I think this is a little catalog. Yep. Good old catalog from 1995. This is around my this is the same age as me, basically. It's crazy. Because I was born in 95. October. Let's see what figures are in here. So you got a lot of Batman. That's pretty cool. Man, there is a lot of Batman. Yeah, that makes sense, because that's when Batman came out, like the Batman animated series, and then all these Batman movies. Of course, Batman Forever. Love that movie. And you got G.I. Joe. This is pretty cool. This is like Blast from the Past, basically, showing all the Beast Wars. I haven't heard that name in a while. Superman preschool stuff. Tonka. I remember I used to have little Tonka toys, the metal kind. I'm not that old, but there were some that my parents had, and they let me, play with them. Oh, old school Nerf. That's pretty cool. More Nerf. More Nerf. Yeah, I remember the little footballs that they had. And yeah, that's it for the catalog. That's pretty cool. No Star Wars in there, but I mean, at least unless I skipped it all. Who knows? Because some of these pages are sticking together. Oh well. Don't worry about that. Put that to the side. Just thought maybe I'd go back in the past, see what figures there were around 95. Alright. So here's the speeder itself, the Landspeeder. It looks like it's a little bit better looking than what I had. What I showed a while ago. There's more like detail on it. So anyways, you pop this open and looks like I can go right there. I don't want to push it up anymore, but you got like the little decal of like, I guess, the motor of some sort in there. What's that? You got all the decals of the panels, like little panels right there in the window. You got this little control box around here next to the shifter. You got this damaged engine. These look like little pegs that you could, looks like you could stick maybe R2 and such on there. 3PO. Could probably put a Jawa on there as well. Maybe that's what that's for. The seats, of course, you put Obi-Wan and Luke in one in here. This thing, you see the wheels right here. That's what makes it have this hovering effect. So it's like bouncy. So it does roll, which is nice. So what this does is, what you do is you pull this back and lock it in place right there. And what that does, it raises up the wheels. So I put this back and the wheels are back. So if I put this like this, you can see the wheels starting to raise. Just like that. So it's flat to the ground. So it's not going to roll. Which I think is pretty cool if you want to like display this without, like, if you have it on your shelf and you don't want it rolling off and then falling and breaking, you know. Because sometimes this plastic can be a little brittle. So here's the other side. I like this chrome finish that it's got right here. Kind of chrome, I guess. The original one's more chrome. Here's the back. Not really much detail on the back. Maybe some like weathering right there. There's the bottom. You got the little information from 1995, the year I was born. So this is the same age as me, which is crazy. Here's some weathering right here. Some more weathering. Looks like blaster marks, probably. Got this little greebly piece here. More greeblies. You got like charred from like the engines, charred marks, burn marks, whatever you would call it. I think that's about it. You got the nice detail of the seats right there. Nothing much on the insides besides the decals. You got these little lines here that, you know, bring out more depth and detail to it, along with these little pieces. You got this piece here. I think that's about it. So yeah, what you do is you just get your old figures and set them in here and pretend like you're on Tatooine going through security from the stormtroopers, trying to bypass them. These aren't the droids you're looking for. You know, you get the reference. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. I hope you subscribe. Stay tuned for more. And may the Force be with you always.